Academy. This is the 10th session in the series of lecture I'm giving on motivation and leadership theory, which is of organizational behavior subject for BCom students of 6th semester at Mysuru University. So in this lecture I'm gonna brief you about the Fiedler theory of situational leadership. So this is also called as contingency model of situational theory. So Fiedler contingency model of leadership. So in the earlier session we came to know about meaning, styles and path goal theory of leadership. We came to know about meaning of leadership and styles of different styles of situational leadership, and in the theories of situational leadership we came to know the path goal leadership theory. We understood what is path, how to clear path, and so that employees will follow, will desire the goal, ultimately will obtain goal. So learning the objectives of this session is students must understand how to apply Fiedler model in the organization setting. That's a very important key learning in this session, and they have to understand different aspects of Fiedler model. This is a session outcome. So let us begin for a Fiedler contingency approach. This Fiedler contingency approach is one of the situational theories based on the situation. Fiedler developed a contingency approach, which is a model where using model we predict work group effectiveness by taking into consideration the best fit between leadership style and degree of favorableness, unfavorableness and moderate situation. So we will take three types of situation in the case of Fiedler contingency approach, that is favorableness, unfavorableness and moderate kind of situation. So here we will predict the work group effectiveness by taking into consideration of best fit between leadership style and degree of favorableness of situation. So here we will study two things. One is leadership style and one more is degree of favorableness of the situation. So this approach assumed that the effectiveness of leader is based on his ability to act in terms of situational requirement. As we know, in the last lecture I had briefed about what is situational theory. Situational approach is which changes to situation. The same thing will applicable here also. The effectiveness of the leader, if the leader wants to be an effective leader, so he has to act in terms of situational requirements. He firstly he has to observe the situation, then he has to act accordingly. Fiedler developed a scale that is called LPC. LPC is nothing but least preferred co-worker scale. This scale is used to measure the leadership motivation, whether the manager is task oriented or employee oriented or relationship oriented. This LPC scale used to measure task oriented employee and employee oriented leader. So this contingency model, this Fiedler contingency model was the one of the first approaches to leadership that includes situation. This is a Fiedler contingency approach. Firstly considered the leadership situation into leadership. So here we understood there is a different styles of leadership and there is a different degree of favorableness in the situation, and we also have LPC scale which is used to measure leadership motivation, that is whether leader is a task oriented or employee oriented. Then firstly let us understand that least preferred co-worker scale, which scale used about before to co-worker, that is why it is named as least preferred co-worker scale. So then let us understand what is least preferred co-worker scale. First of all, this scale is developed to rate the type of relationship a supervisor holds towards a preferred co-worker. So which means to decide task oriented relation or employee oriented leader, we use this LPC scale. So here he used 20 items of questionnaire. Based on that, the relationship of leader will be determined. So that the supervisor is asked to describe. Here this questionnaire will be given to supervisor, and the supervisor is asked to describe the person with whom he has worked at least accomplishing the task, least well in accomplishing the task. So which means this scale is given to the supervisor, and he is asked to rate the leader based on he has worked at least well in the accomplishing that some task. So the task, the LPC is more about it is a postulate that low LPC score, it is if you have a low LPC score, which means unfavorable evaluation, indicates a degree to which a leader is ready to reject those with whom he can't work. Which means a low LPC means unfavorable situation, which means our leader is ready to reject the person who with whom he cannot work. So lower the LPC score, the greater the tendency for the leader to be task oriented. If you have a lower the LPC score, which means that the leader is task oriented, he is not a employee oriented. So why I am saying all this is you need to understand what is LPC, though, so that you can apply, so that you can understand how to determine LPC in the case of fielder contingency approach. So in case of high LPC, favorable evaluation, which means anybody willingness to pursue even the worst co-worker as having some positive attributes. Even the worst co-worker you have, he is having some positive attributes in the sense, which means higher the LPC score, the greatest the tendency for the leader to be employee oriented. So here very important, higher the LPC score, the leader greatest tendency of the employee will be employee oriented. This is a prediction. And lower the LPC score, which means the leader is task oriented. If you have a lower the LPC score, the leader is the task oriented. So this is about LPC, least preferred co-worker scale, which is given against another co-worker. That is why it is called co-worker scale. So where we showed the two types of situation, one is favorable and one more is unfavorable situation. Now let us understand three important situations which affect the leadership effectiveness. Firstly, leader-member relationship. So what is that leader-member relationship? A high degree of trust, confidence, respect of subordinate towards the leader. If you the leader-member relation, if you have a high degree of trust, confidence, respect and of a subordinate towards a leader, so then leader-member relation is good. And task structure of the group, one more situation is task structure of the group, which means the extent to which the group task, goal and performance are clearly defined. Everything, what to do, when to do, how to do, how much to do, everything is cleared by the leader. So that the task structure of a group, so that mean, and the perceived position power of the leader. So position power of the leader, which means the extent to which the leader uses control, reward and punishment for the subordinates to control subordinates, to get the things done by the subordinates, whatever, to finally leader position, leader power determines the effectiveness of the leadership. These three situations, these three leadership styles are very important. Now I will show you the graphical representation. Just now I talked about a favorable situation, unfavorable situation and moderate situation, and I also talked about task oriented, task motivated, and also I talked about employee oriented, that is a relationship motivated, and also I talked about leader member relation, task structure, leader position, power. So these things are explained here very well. So this curve, red curve, is relating to task motivated curve, and this blue curve is relating to relationship motivated, which means employee motivated. So I will explain this contingency approach very easily. So look at here, if you have a leader member relation is good, task structure is good, leadership position power is very strong, then you have a good performance, which means he is the task oriented leader. The performance may be good or poor, so based on task motivated or relationship motivated. Here one more time I will repeat you, if you have a leader member relation, if is good, task structure is high, leadership position is power is strong, then what does it mean? That you have a good task motivated is a good performance, whereas relationship motivated is very poor, very poor. So I can give you another example. So leader member relation is poor, task structure is high, and leader position power is strong. Then what? This is a moderate situation wherein such kind of leader, he is a employee oriented leader, he is not a task oriented leader. Say for example, employee leader and member group member relation is very good, very poor. Here I can take you this example, very poor, and task structure is very clear, which means high, and leader position power is very strong. In such instance, you are you are not a task oriented leader, you are a employee oriented leader, because since you have a very good relationship with the employee, you cannot give authority to them even though you are very stronger, your task structure is very high. On the other hand, let us take one more example. Leader member relation is poor and task structure is low and leader power position is weak. Then what? In this situation, leader involvement in the work is very low, so which is a task oriented, and this is an unfavorable situation because leader member situation is poor and task structure is low and leader power position is also weak. So that we will interpret this contingency approach by this pictorial diagram. Now let me make you understand what is that favorable, unfavorable and moderate. So I have explained you by giving you here some example. I have explained you, but still I will show you what is favorable, what is moderate and what is unfavorable. So here you can see favorable situation. So favorable situation, you can see here favorable, and when it will become favorable, leader member relation is good, task structure is high, leader position is strong, then it will be a favorable situation. Now let me tell you what is that favorable situation in a sentence. The situation is considered as high favorable if it possesses high level of positive interpersonal relationship. As I told you, positive interpersonal relationship means here you can see, so leader member relation is very good. So then between leaders and members, a well-defined task structure. So you can see here task structure is well defined, which is high, and a leader perceived that they are bestowed with a strong perceived positional power. Here you can see the leader position power is also very strong. In such cases, we can term this situation as a favorable situation. So what if it is a favorable situation? In such type of situation, the leader will have a great deal of control, since he is very strongly positional power. Here he is enjoying the strongly positional power over a situation and will simply have to make sure that he gives necessary instruction to get the task done. So he just give direction, just give instruction, so that everything will be done by the employee. So in one more thing, there is no need for him to waste time talking to employee in order to perceived as a friendly, since he is already the interpersonal relationship within employee is very good, and task structure is also well defined, and leadership position is also high, so there is no need to have a waste of time. So this is about favorable situation. Now let me explain what is unfavorable situation by showing that into with the graph. So this is the situation is considered as highly unfavorable if it possesses low level of interpersonal relationship between leader and a member, poorly defined task, and relatively weak perceived power. I showed you what is that. So everything is low in this case, when it is want to, when it wants to become a unfavorable situation. Here leader member relation is poor, task structure is low, and leader position power is also low. In such situation we can term this as unfavorable situation. So what is the impact of unfavorable situation? The leader of task force committee, which is appointed to solve the problem in case of unfavorable situation, the result is very low. Since a result is very low, the task force will be appointed to resolve that problem, to encounter that problem in the work setting. So they are going to find him in such a situation, they are going to find this kind of situation, this kind of leader in such situation. So in this type of situation, the leader is very highly vulnerable situation. There is no other way to enforce strict discipline, because his positional power is very low. Since it is very low, he is not in a position to demand or take a discipline action. So we have one more thing called moderately favorable situation. So but before that I will show you this pictorial graph, so that you can understand what is moderate pictorial diagram. So this situation, these three cells are moderate situation. Here you can understand leader member relation is good, task structure is low, and leadership position is weak. In such cases, that he is not a task oriented, he is a interpersonal employee oriented, because since he is maintaining good relation with employee, and if it is employee relation is really poor and highly task structure and strong, what strong leader position, in that cases that curve is going to fall to the bottom. So one more thing, leader position is poor, sorry, leader members relation is poor and task structure is high, and leader position power is weak. So leader member relation is also poor, only task structure is high. In such situation it is going to very peak. So this is about moderate situation. So I will explain you what is that moderate situation. In this case, here that a leader might find herself in a mixed situation, whether in a favorable situation or unfavorable situation. He is in a mixed type of situation. Let me give an example. For example, a manager might have a good relationship with her worker. In the case of take the example bank, but task structure and position power of a leader may be low, but he is having a good relationship with the employee. For example, a bank officer may have a good relation with a staff member, but the task structure or the power to control the staff members is not enough, is not strong enough. So this is a case of moderately favorable situation. What will happen in such kind of situation? The manager will be very successful and get the desired results if he follows more of a relationship oriented style than task oriented style. This is a beautiful example. So we can understand in case of here what is the action can taken by the manager. Say for example, leader member relation is what good, and task structure is low, and leader position is weak. In that cases he better to continue leader member relation as a good, because then only he can achieve the required result. So this is about different situation, different styles of leadership in case of this Fielder contingency approach. So let us conclude this session. I hope this session is very much understood. The major findings of Fielder are the task oriented leaders perform better than relationship oriented leader. So Fielder propose suggests task oriented leader are the best in both extreme situation that are very favorable and that are unfavorable also. So relationship oriented leader tend to perform better than task oriented leader in situations that are intermediate in favorableness. In the case of favorableness only, relationship oriented leaders will be successful. So which means, what does it mean? These findings suggest that each of the leadership style can be effective in certain situation, not in every situation. So in some situation, unfavorable situation, we have to work like task oriented people. In case of favorable situation, you have to work like employee oriented oriented leader. So for this reason, Fielder contingency model has proven to be a major addition to the study of leadership in the organization. So I hope you got cleared about this theory for Fielder contingency approach. Thank you so much for watching this video.